To the Lighthouse, written by Virginia Woolf in 1927. In this novel, Virginia Woolf does not focus much on plot. Instead, she gives greater importance to the characters and their relationships. The entire novel is divided into 3 parts: The Window, Time Passes, and To the Lighthouse. So let us begin the narration. Mr. Ramsay and Mrs. Ramsay are husband and wife. Mrs. Ramsay is a beautiful and caring woman who understands everyone's needs in the house. She loves all the members of her family deeply. Along with being a good wife, she is also a wonderful mother. On the other hand, Mr. Ramsay is a philosopher. He also loves his family very much, but the difference is that he never openly expresses his feelings. He rarely shows affection, though inwardly he cares deeply for everyone equally. There is an age difference of 11 years between Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay, and because of this age gap, there is often a communication gap between them as well. Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay have 8 children, and among them, the youngest is James. Friends, the entire Ramsay family has gone to spend their summer holidays on the Isle of Skye in the Hebrides, near the west coast of Scotland. Mr. Ramsay owns a summer house there, and every year the family comes to enjoy their holidays at this place. This year, too, they have arrived with all their children, along with many guests. There are so many people that the house becomes overcrowded, and William Banks and Lily have to rent another house nearby. One day, James Ramsay, the youngest child, lies in his mother's lap and says that he wants to visit the lighthouse. The lighthouse is very close to their house, but to reach it, they have to cross the sea. A lighthouse is a tall tower with lights at the top that guide ships during the night. Mrs. Ramsay lovingly tells James that they will take him to the lighthouse the next day. However, Mr. Ramsay says that the weather may become bad tomorrow and they might not be able to go. Hearing this, James becomes disappointed and begins to dislike his father. He feels that his father is harsh and does not love him. As evening approaches, preparations for dinner begin. A special French dish is served at dinner. Everyone enjoys the meal happily, and afterward the children go to their rooms to sleep. Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay begin reading, while the younger members of the group go for a walk near the beach. There is another important member in the group named Lily Briscoe. Lily wants to become a painter, and she is unmarried. She is painting a portrait of Mrs. Ramsay. Mrs. Ramsay encourages Lily to get married, but Lily is not interested in marriage at the moment. She dreams of becoming a famous painter. In this way, in the first part of the novel, Virginia Woolf introduces the characters and their relationships, showing how closely connected and happy everyone is together. Now let us move to the second part, Time Passes. Although it is the shortest section of the novel, only about 20 pages long, Virginia Woolf covers a span of 10 years within these pages. A lot changes during these 10 years. First of all, the First World War comes to an end. In the first part of the novel, the war begins, and in the second part, it is over. Secondly, Mrs. Ramsay dies. Mrs. Ramsay was the person who held the entire family together, just like a thread holds together the pearls of a necklace. She was the emotional center of the family. Besides Mrs. Ramsay, her elder son, Andrew Ramsay, also dies in the war. Another daughter, Prue, also passes away. As a result, the family is filled with grief and sadness. Everyone becomes deeply depressed, and the one person who knew how to comfort everyone, Mrs. Ramsay, is no longer there. During these 10 years, the Ramsay family never visits the summer house. The first part of the novel was the last time they all went there together. 10 years have passed since then, and no one has returned. Finally, in the second part, Mr. Ramsay decides that they should once again visit the summer house, just as they used to in the past. Mr. Ramsay tells Mrs. McNabb to clean the summer house because the family is planning to spend their holidays there once again. Since nobody has visited the summer home for many years, the entire place has become dirty and covered with spiderwebs. Mrs. McNabb, who looks after the housekeeping of the house, begins cleaning and restoring it. With this, the second part of the novel comes to an end. Now comes the third and final part of the novel, To the Lighthouse. In this section, Mr. Ramsay and his family return once again to the summer house. Lily Briscoe is also with them. This time, Mr. Ramsay decides to take James to the lighthouse because when they had visited the house 10 years earlier, James had desperately wanted to go there, but the trip never happened. In a way, Mr. Ramsay is now trying to play the role that Mrs. Ramsay once played. Just as Mrs. Ramsay always tried to keep everyone happy, Mr. Ramsay also wants the family to regain the happiness they once had. Therefore, he wishes to fulfill the desire that had remained incomplete 10 years ago, the journey to the lighthouse. However, James is no longer a little child. He is grown up, and now he is no longer interested in visiting the lighthouse. Even so, Mr. Ramsay takes all the children along because he wants the trip to happen. The children themselves are not particularly excited, but they go because their father insists. From the beginning, Mr. Ramsay never had a very deep emotional relationship with his children because he never gave much time to his family. During the journey, James rows the boat, and eventually everyone reaches the lighthouse. Mr. Ramsay feels extremely happy after arriving there, and for the first time, he openly praises James by saying that he handled the boat very well. This is the first time James hears words of appreciation from his father, and it makes him feel truly happy and valued. Mr. Ramsay feels that by bringing James to the lighthouse, he has fulfilled both his wife's and his son's long unfinished wish. On the other hand, Lily Briscoe, as I mentioned earlier, had been painting a portrait of Mrs. Ramsay in the first part of the novel. That painting had remained incomplete, lying unfinished in the summer house for the last 10 years. Now Lily starts working on it again and finally completes Mrs. Ramsay's portrait. And with the completion of the painting, the novel itself also comes to an end. One of the most important aspects of this novel is the stream of consciousness technique, which Virginia Woolf uses throughout the story. Through this technique, she presents the thoughts, emotions, and inner feelings of the characters in a deep and realistic way.